Ozark Highlands Radio is brought to you by the Ozark Folk Center State Park in Mountain View, Arkansas. A wonderful way to enjoy yesterday. On the web at ozarkfolkcenter.com. And by Stone Bank, a community bank supporting entrepreneurs and farmers nationwide with loans guaranteed by the USDA, SBA, and Farm Services Agency. Learn more at stonebank.com. And the Arkansas Arts Council, empowering the arts for the benefit of all Arkansans. On the web at arkansasarts.org. And by the Committee of 100 for the Ozark Folk Center, preserving Ozark folk culture since 1974 through music roots, craft apprenticeships, and the Heritage Herb Garden. Learn more at ofc100.org.
Howdy, folks. This is Dave Smith, host of Ozark Highlands Radio. Welcome to our show. This week we feature traditional bluegrass quartet, Spillwater Drive, recorded live at our annual Bluegrass and Fried Chicken Festival. Our producer Jeff Glover offers an archival recording of honorary Ozark originals, the Grandpa Jones family. Also, guest host Dr. Brooks Blevins discusses Ozarkian heritage. That's this week on Ozark Highlands Radio. Spillwater Drive is a traditional four-piece bluegrass group from the Arkansas and Missouri Ozarks region. An Arkansas Country Music Awards winner, they appeared on our stage during last summer's Bluegrass and Fried Chicken Festival, held yearly at the Ozark Folk Center State Park in Mountain View, Arkansas.
They're holding up the ladder that I'm climbing on. I'm climbing up this ladder and I'm going home. At the top of the ladder, oh, what joy there will be. And the angels are holding up this ladder for me. As I climb this gospel ladder, always heeding every sign. I know my Savior's with me and He's teaching me to climb. Every day that I'm climbing, there's a battle for me. Every step on this ladder is another victory. They're holding up the ladder that I'm climbing on. I'm climbing up this ladder and I'm going home. At the top of the ladder, oh, what joy there will be. And the angels are holding up this ladder for me. Being built for me somewhere in glory land. This ladder that I'm climbing, it's a part of the plan. I can hear the angels beckoning, keep climbing, don't stop. There's a crown of life waiting for you when you reach the top. They're holding up the ladder that I'm climbing on. I'm climbing up this ladder and I'm going home. At the top of the ladder, oh, what joy there will be. And the angels are holding up this ladder for me. Christian soldier, show the world your light can shine. Get on this gospel ladder and don't be afraid to climb. Soon the angels will be cheering and the battle will be o'er, and we'll celebrate the victory when we reach that other shore. They're holding up the ladder that I'm climbing on. I'm climbing up this ladder and I'm going home. At the top of the ladder, oh, what joy there will be. And the angels are holding up this ladder for me. The ladder that I'm climbing on. I'm climbing up this ladder and I'm going home. At the top of the ladder, oh, what joy there will be. And the angels are holding up this ladder for me. And the angels are holding up this ladder for me. Your silent tears are falling on your suitcase in the hall, and your trembling voice just telling me we're through. You say you're going far away from me and Idaho, to Missouri where the hurt can't get to you. But that silver bird can't take you from the cloudy things in life. So don't let a lover's quarrel end it all. You can't run away and hide yourself when things don't go just right. Everywhere you go, you'll find the tears will fall. Because it rains just the same in Missouri as it does here in old Idaho. You'll cry just the same, and you'll find that it rains in Missouri or wherever you go. You seem to think that leaving me in Idaho behind will keep all the rainy days from you. Oh, but out there in Missouri, there'll be times the sun won't shine, and you're bound to find the sky's not always blue. Because it rains just the same in Missouri as it does here in old Idaho. You'll cry just the same, and you'll find that it rains in Missouri or wherever you go. Yes, you'll cry just the same, and you'll find that it rains in Missouri or wherever you go.
Thank you much. We appreciate y'all. Hey, how many of y'all out there in the crowd are from Iowa? Anybody? As a band, we've traveled up there quite a bit, and we became increasingly fond of the landscape and the scenery. You know, it's a whole different part of the Ozarks that far up there. So we hadn't been back there in a while, though, due to reasons outside of our control.
Yeah.
And we got kind of, missing it, so we wrote this little song about it, just kind of remind us of how much we enjoyed it up there. And, it only took us 6 or 8 months to get this one nailed down. But it's kind of a, I don't want to toot our own horn, but it's kind of a masterpiece in a way. It's one of those songs, if you just close your eyes and listen, you can feel that cool Iowa breeze back there just brushing the nape of your neck. So we're hoping, too, once the governor lifts the restraining order, that we can get up there and sing this for them. But we'd like to title this one the Iowa State Song. Hope you like it.
Corn, 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 corn. Oh, look, there's a tree. Corn, 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 corn. another tree.
That wasn't a tree.
What is it?
That was a windmill.
Oh. Corn, 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 corn. Thank you.
Encore.
Encore?
We have it. We have it.
Encore?
Yeah, we haven't got the verse about soybeans worked out just yet. We're working on it.
Yeah, that's next. It's a sharecropping thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you alternate.
Yeah. Well, this next song we're going to do, we had a request for, and some friends from up around home that made their way down here, the Williamses, and so since you made the trek all the way down here to listen to us, I don't know what got into you, but since you did that and you requested this number, we'll do this one for you, one right now. It's one called Two Little Boys. Two little boys had two little toys, each one a wooden horse. Gaily they played on a summer day, soldiers both, of course. To one little chap, he had a mishap, he broke off his horse's head. Wept for his toy, then cried with joy when he heard his brother say, "Did you think I would leave you crying when there's room on my horse for two? Climb up here, Jack, and stop your crying. We'll mend your horse with glue. One day we'll both be soldiers, and our horses will not be toys. Then maybe you will remember when we were two little boys." War came so fast, bravely they marched away. Cannons roared loud, and in the dark crowd, wounding and dying Joe lay. Up comes a shout, a horse dashes out of the ranks so blue. Galloped away to where Joe lay, and then came a voice that he knew. "Did you think I could leave you dying when there's room on my horse for two? Climb up here, Joe, we'll soon be flying. I can go just as fast with two." "What's that? I'm all a-tremble. Maybe it's the battle noise, or maybe it's I remember when we were two little boys." Well, how many of you were here this afternoon for our show? Most people don't usually admit that, so that's a... let's really quickly introduce everybody up on the stage for just a minute. Down there on the mandolin, spent a lot of time here in Mountain View as a kid. Grew up and moved to the big city.
I think he lived here.
What? Oh, at the Folk Center.
Yeah.
You lived here at the Folk Center. He is now living in Rogers, Arkansas. However long he lived here and where he lived in the Mountain View area, but he makes his home up there in Rogers.
He lived here.
Would you please make him welcome, Mr. Sam Cobb. This next guy up here, would you please make him welcome, Mr. Jake Stogdill from Washburn, Missouri. Down on the banjo from Gateway, Arkansas, I don't know where he grew up specifically, but somewhere around Pea Ridge, Arkansas. Mr. Adam Ash. And this guy grew up not too far down the road from me, so I know where he grew up, but he lives in Springfield, Missouri now. Would you please make him welcome, Mr. Cody Cantwell.
And the fella on the doghouse bass, all the way from Neosho, Missouri, Gary Cook.
All right, we'll do a good old traditional number for you right now. One called Girl from West Virginia. She told me that her name was Jenny. She lived in a cabin on a hill in a coal mining town in West Virginia. I love Jenny and I guess I always will. I thought I would always want to ramble. I thought I would never settle down till I met her in the hills of West Virginia, in the heart of a coal mining town. I like the sound of the coal trucks back in the hills of hauling coal, with the beautiful mountains all around me. West Virginia, you have won my heart and soul. I thought I would always want to ramble. I thought I would never settle down till I met her in the hills of West Virginia, in the heart of a coal mining town. I thought I would always want to ramble. I thought I would never settle down till I met her in the hills of West Virginia, in the heart of a coal mining town, in the heart of a coal mining town.
Missouri, Arkansas bluegrass group Spillwater Drive, knocking out some hot tunes on the stage of the Ozark Folk Center State Park. They started that set with a song by the Easter Brothers called They're Holding Up the Ladder. Following that with It Rains Just the Same in Missouri, an original called the Iowa State Song, Two Little Boys written by Morrison Madden in 1903, and finishing up with a Doyle Lawson number from 2004, The Girl from West Virginia. Let's take a short break, and then a trip down to the vault for a visit with my pal, Jeff Glover. This is Ozark Highlands Radio. Welcome back to Ozark Highlands Radio. Well, we reached that part of the show where I always like to go down and have a visit with Jeff Glover, who spends an awful lot of time down in the vault listening to and rearranging the music we've recorded here over the years. So let's go down and see him. Jeff? Jeff?
Oh, hey, Dave.
I think I caught you sleeping, Jeff.
No, I wasn't sleeping. I was just resting my eyes.
Okay. Hey, we're doing the Spillwater Drive show this week, and those guys are great musicians, but they don't use a fiddle.
That's true. They don't use a fiddle.
And I hate to have a whole Ozark Highlands radio show without some fiddle music, so you got any fiddle stuff we can listen to?
You're absolutely right. We have to have a fiddle.
That's right.
I was just the other day. Oh, yeah. Here's one. This is Ramona Jones.
Oh, boy.
You remember Ramona Jones?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. The wife of Grandpa Jones, the mother of the late, great Mark Jones.
That's right.
This is her playing an old traditional tune called Bill Cheatham. And not only do we get Ramona Jones, we get Elisa Jones and Kathy Barton Para.
Great banjo player.
Yeah, she played with those guys quite a bit back in the day, and she is, as you know, fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah. Not only that, we get a bonus joke at the beginning told by none other than Grandpa Jones.
Oh, that'll be a good one, I'll bet.
Yeah, check this out.
Okay.
One of the things I like about being down here in Mountain View is the folks that down here, they don't pay much attention to how much money you got or how much land you got or nothing like that. I was down on the square the other day, and there was a fella come up there. I guess he is from Texas. Great big fella, with a big white suit on and a big hat. And he looked like he was rich as cream, And he got to talking to this old fella, and I was just listening. He said, say, buddy, how much land you got? And the old fella said, well, counting what my house sits on, I got 31 acres. And the guy said, 31 acres. Said, you know what I can do? Said, I can get in my pickup truck at 6 o'clock in the morning, drive my pickup truck till 12 noon, get out of my pickup truck and go eat my lunch, get back in my pickup truck and drive my pickup truck till 6 o'clock that night and get out of my pickup truck, and there's my line. And the old man said, yeah, I had a pickup like that once. Ramona?
I'm here.
Play the fiddle, will you?
Kathy Barton Para, let's give her a hand.
Ramona was a fine fiddler. Fine fiddler. That's a great tune. Bill Cheatham, I believe, is the tune she's playing.
Absolutely, that's right. Yeah, Bill Cheatham. You get to hear Kathy Barton. I think she was the one playing the banjo.
Yes, I'm sure she
Elisa's
was.
in there, too. Elisa's probably playing a hammered dulcimer, I'm guessing.
Yeah, maybe.
And that joke Grandpa told is pretty good.
Yeah, I have to say, I have heard that joke before.
I've heard that joke told a different way before, but it's always a winner.
Anything Grandpa says is usually pretty funny.
Just the sound of his voice makes me giggle.
That's right. Well, hey, thanks a lot, Jeff. Thanks for playing that for us.
It's my pleasure, Dave.
Now, see you later. Let's get back to some good bluegrass music by this week's featured band. Spillwater Drive features Adam Ash of Gateway, Arkansas on banjo, Mountain View's very own Samuel Cobb on mandolin, Gary Cook from Monett, Missouri on upright acoustic bass, and from Washburn, Missouri, Jake Stogdill on acoustic guitar. Here's a song written by our old friend Larry Sparks, the Blue Virginia Blues.
Bring a change of clothes, I might want you to stay. The bus pulled into Richmond late this evening, and there ain't a soul around this place but me. She must have changed her mind or she's forgotten, and her name ain't in the phone directory. Blue Virginia blues. There ain't no blues like Blue Virginia blues. There's no girls in the whole wide world that can break your heart like Virginia girls. There ain't no blues like Blue Virginia blues. Well, I wish I had some money for a taxi, or a warm and cozy place to lay me down, instead of being stranded at the station while the cold Virginia rain keeps pouring down. Blue Virginia blues. There ain't no blues like Blue Virginia blues. There's no girls in the whole wide world that can break your heart like Virginia girls. There ain't no blues like Blue Virginia blues. No, there ain't no blues like Blue Virginia blues. All right, Sam, you ready to sing?
It's my turn.
It's your turn. All right, we're going to get Sam back up here to sing a number. Here's one called The Black-Eyed Susie.
Well, Black-Eyed Susie went to town. All she wore was a gingham gown. Hey, Black-Eyed Susie, ho. Black-Eyed Susie, hey. Black-Eyed Susie Jane. Well, I may get drunk and I may get woozy, but I'll always come home to Black-Eyed Susie, hey. Black-Eyed Susie, ho. Black-Eyed Susie, hey. Black-Eyed Susie Jane. In the kitchen with her feet in the hall. Hey, Black-Eyed Susie, ho. Black-Eyed Susie, hey. Black-Eyed Susie Jane. I say, hey, old man, I want your daughter to chop my wood, carry my water. Hey, Black-Eyed Susie, ho. Black-Eyed Susie, hey. Black-Eyed Susie Jane. kitchen with her feet in the hall. Hey, black-eyed Susie, ho, black-eyed Susie, hey, black-eyed Susie Jane. Big down. Well, black-eyed Susie went to town. All she wore was a gingham gown. Hey, black-eyed Susie, ho, black-eyed Susie, hey, black-eyed Susie Jane. I said, hey, black-eyed Susie, ho, black-eyed Susie, hey, black-eyed Susie Jane.
These next couple of songs are on our debut and only album. So far, we recorded it back in 2020, and these two numbers, this first one here is one that my mom and I wrote, probably 20 years ago or so, maybe even longer than that. And when we got together as a band and we were thinking about some original material, this is one of the first ones we introduced, and we put it on the album and liked how it turned out, and so we'll do it here for you right now. It's one called The Old Ragged Bible. He sits on a dirty sidewalk, no place to call his home. In his hand he holds an old ragged Bible, the only friend he's ever known. He speaks to those walking by him of a wonderful day yet to be. There's coming a day that will be so sweet when the Savior calls me home. I have no shoes upon my feet, nothing to call my own. But there's coming a day that will be so sweet when the Savior calls me home. He shivers in the cold night air, no coat upon his back. Temptations lie all around him, but strength he does not lack. For there is a longing so deep inside that nothing can compare. For he knows that he'll soon be going to his home waiting in the air. I have no shoes upon my feet, nothing to call my own. There's coming a day that will be so sweet when the Savior calls me home. On a darkened corner of a lonely street, an old man was found. Beside him was an old ragged Bible lying there on the ground. A note had fell from the pages that he had wrote. There's coming a day that will be so sweet when the Savior calls me home. I have no shoes upon my feet, nothing to call my own. But there's coming a day that will be so sweet when the Savior calls me home. Yes, there's coming a day that will be so sweet when the Savior calls me home. All right, this next one I wrote sitting in a traffic jam. And so if you think this song is too long, just be glad the traffic jam didn't last any longer than it did. But here's one called Destination Nowhere Bound. Flame I had for you's gone cold. Take your stuff and pack a suitcase and move on somewhere down the road. So I took what I could carry and headed out on State Line Drive. I took a ride outside Paducah. Now I'm headed south on 105. 13 miles into this journey, another highway and another town. Oh, I don't know where I'm going. I'm destination nowhere bound. Set the cruise just west of Memphis and stopped for gas around Little Rock. With every mile I'm a little further, but I don't know when to stop. I saw the sunrise around Amarillo and it brought the light of day. With every mile I'm further from her, but I can't outrun the pain. 13 hours into this journey, another highway and another town. Oh, I don't know where I'm going. I'm destination nowhere bound. So I guess I'll keep on driving, and maybe someday I'll settle down. When she said goodbye, my journey started to destination nowhere bound. 13 days into this journey, another highway and another town. Oh, I don't know where I'm going. I'm destination nowhere bound. 13 weeks into this journey, another highway and another town. Oh, I don't know where I'm going. I'm destination nowhere bound. I'm destination nowhere bound.
More good bluegrass from the band Spillwater Drive. In that set, we heard the Blue Virginia Blues, the traditional tune Black-Eyed Susie, and a couple of the band's original songs, The Old Rugged Bible and Destination Nowhere Bound. Let's take another short break. When we come back, writer, professor, and historian Dr. Brooks Blevins discusses the surprisingly varied heritage of the Ozarks. You're listening to Ozark Highlands Radio. Welcome back to Ozark Highlands Radio. This week, our friend Dr. Brooks Blevins discusses the heritage of the Ozark people.
Who are your people? If you've never been asked that question, I would say you haven't spent much time in the Ozarks. It's an age-old method used by locals to size up someone who isn't local or who appears not to be. It's a question with a multitude of unstated inferences. Do you have family around here? Are you an outlander, a foreigner from off? Are you trustworthy, connected, a known quantity? Are you any count? If you're not from around here, just what in the dickens are you doing here anyhow? Who are your people? What if we pose that question to this place, the Ozarks, without the nosy subtexts? Who are the Ozarkers? I recall the day years ago in 8th grade American history class when the tables were turned on the locals, when I first encountered the question of Ozark ethnicity, you might say. We had a new teacher in our little Arkansas school, a young woman from Chicago. On the first day, she asked the class where our families came from. It was her version of, "Who are your people?" We didn't know what she meant. "What country did your families come from?" she attempted to clarify. "America," we stammered collectively and questioningly, perplexed at our teacher's obvious shortcomings with geography. Where did she think we came from? "No, what nationalities are your families?" she implored. "Take me, for instance. I'm Lithuanian. My parents came to the U.S. right after World War II, she told us. In the neighborhood where I grew up, there were Italians and Slovaks and Polish people too. So where did your families come from? Where's the old country?" I recalled hearing that one of my great-grandfathers was born in Georgia, the one whose capital is Atlanta, not Tbilisi. But even at age 13, I was pretty sure that's not what she was getting at. Another student professed an ancient connection with the land of Tennessee. It was a fruitless exercise on her part and ours, and the discussion wandered elsewhere. But it did make me curious to find out who my people were. One of the old romantic chroniclers of the Ozarks would have assured our teacher that she had landed smack dab in the middle of the so-called Anglo-Saxon seedbed, a place where everyone was of strictly British lineage. Others might have claimed that we were descended from the rowdy Scotch-Irish, whose unruly and liberty-loving clans had overrun Appalachia before jumping the Mississippi to invade the Ozarks. Both theories are overly simplistic and fail to account for America's melting pot experience and the many different peoples who've called the Ozarks home. So who were we? We were the Osage and Quapaw who hunted the Ozark Plateau for generations but maintained permanent villages elsewhere. We were the French who claimed the Mississippi Valley for King Louis XIV, mined lead and salt in the hills of southeastern Missouri, and even established a few permanent villages like Old Mines and St. Michael. We were the Cherokee and the Shawnee and the Delaware, who tarried for a while in these hills as they were being pushed westward by the encroachment of white settlers. We were the Germans who, before the Civil War, came in droves to the Ozark fringes and proudly maintained their language and customs for generations. We were African Americans who came west in bondage or as free women and men, and who numbered in the thousands by the outbreak of Civil War. We were and are a multitude of nationalities and colonies and individuals who came by boat, wagon, or rail, the Italians of Tontitown and Rosati, the Waldensians of Monett, the Poles of Pulaski Field, the Bohemians of Bolivar, the Marshallese, Guatemalans, Mexicans, Vietnamese, and African immigrants of more recent times. All of these groups have had an impact somewhere in the region. Yet none of these peoples were numerically significant enough to establish a regional culture, to become the people of the Ozarks in the eyes of the nation. The people who fit that bill were westward migrating citizens of the United States who began trickling into the Ozarks when this was still Spanish territory in the 1790s, a trickle that grew into a torrent in the years following the War of 1812. For lack of a better term, we'll call them upland Southerners, for the vast majority of them came from or through the hills and mountains and hollers and river valleys of Appalachia. They, too, represented a hodgepodge of ethnicities: English, Scots-Irish, Scots, Welsh, Germans with strains of Native American and African blood mixed in. In the southern backcountry, they were forged into upland Southerners, a hardy people who brought to the Ozarks a love of liberty, yes, but also an appreciation for community and the importance of a community's infinite number of skills to ensure survival in a rugged land. They brought with them a reverence for plain folk Protestant religion and an attachment to old world superstitions and lunar signs. They brought with them ancient ballads from the British Isles and thoroughly American fiddle tunes and minstrel songs, parts of an oral tradition that also cherished jack tales and desperado stories. They and their descendants dominated religion, politics, and culture in the Ozarks, from Crawford County, Missouri to Crawford County, Arkansas, for the better part of 2 centuries. They provided the inspiration for hillbilly stereotypes, and later inspired a generation in search of dirt road cornbread authenticity in the folk revival of the 1960s and 70s. Just like those 8th graders, their descendants may have forgotten where their people came from, but their lives continue to reflect traditions, both conscious and unconscious, passed down through the generations back in the hills of the Ozarks.
Thanks, Brooks. Each August, the Ozark Folk Center State Park in scenic Mountain View, Arkansas, hosts its Bluegrass and Fried Chicken Festival. The event brings a full weekend of down-home crafts, soul food, and soulful bluegrass music. Bands at the festival range from local acts to some of the most celebrated groups in modern bluegrass music. Let's close out this week's show with a few more tunes from our featured band, Spillwater Drive.
Well, I think we had another request. It's one called the Kickin' Mule.
Well, her face was like a coffee pot, her nose was like a spout, her mouth was like a fireplace with all the ashes out. Whoa, mule, you crazy mule, whoa, mule, I say, ain't got time to kiss you now, my mule has run away. I kissed my gal the other night, tried to do it sneaking, missed her mouth and hit her nose, and the doggone thing was leaking. Whoa, mule, you crazy mule, whoa, mule, I say, ain't got time to kiss you now, my mule has run away. Across the meadow, through the knee-high grass, she stepped in a gopher hole and fell down on her hands and knees. Whoa, mule, you crazy mule, whoa, mule, I say, ain't got time to kiss you now, my mule has run away. Whoa, mule, you crazy mule, whoa, mule, I say, ain't got time to kiss you now, my mule has run away.
Well, I don't think we've done a Jimmy Martin song since we've been here today, and it would be a shame to do a bluegrass set without a Jimmy Martin song. So we'll get Adam to kick this one off. Probably Jimmy Martin's most famous number, I would guess. Here's one called The Sunny Side of the Mountain. Darling, while I'm growing old and gray, just a little thought before I'm going far away. 'Cause I'll be waiting on the hillside for the day when you will call, on the sunny side of the mountain where the rippling waters fall. Do you ever think of me? Please answer, little darling, tell me where you can be. It's been so long, dear, since I've seen you, but our love still lingers on. Don't forget me, little darling, though our love affair seems long. Those days recorded many years ago. Don't forget all those promises you made me, and so, for I'll be waiting on the hillside for the day when you will call, on the sunny side of the mountain where the rippling waters fall. Darling, while I'm growing old and gray, just a little thought before I'm going far away. 'Cause I'll be waiting on the hillside for the day when you will call, on the sunny side of the mountain where the rippling waters fall. Well, we'll do one more number for you. And again, thank you so much for sitting out there and putting up with our nonsense up here this evening. We really do appreciate the opportunity to be down here again in Mountain View. We do love getting the chance to perform. And, you know, a lot of bluegrass numbers, they're kind of sad and depressing when you listen to the words. Just lots of heartbreak and sadness and just murder and who knows what all can happen. And so we don't like to leave you on too bad of a note. We want to send you out on a high note here. So we'll wrap up with this one. Thank you so much. We appreciate you a great deal. Here's one called Loneliness and Desperation. Cup of coffee, no cigarettes to smoke. This 32-room walk-up flat's a long way from my home. This life in New York City just ain't what I thought it would be. Loneliness and desperation are closing in on me. Loneliness and desperation are closing in on me. Give another round of applause to Mr. Jake Stogdill on the guitar. That's when I get to thinking about the things I left back home. That healing country sunshine and a woman singing a song. I turn back to the bottle, I turn back to the pain. Every night I kneel to pray I'll see her face again. Every night I kneel to pray I'll see her face again. Another round of applause for Sam Cobb over on the mandolin from Mountain View. The sign on the highway says there's 30 miles to go. Just as well 10,000 in this freezing rain and snow. But that ain't gonna stop me, I know just where I'm bound. And if you ever look for me, you know where I'll be found. Yes, if you ever look for me, you know where I'll be found. Mr. Adamash on the banjo. Mr. Cody Cantwell on the guitar. An empty cup of coffee, no cigarettes to smoke. Sturdy two-room walk-up flats a long way from my home. This life in New York City just ain't what I thought it would be. Loneliness and desperation are closing in on me. Loneliness and desperation are closing in on me. Thank you.
Hey, folks. Spillwater Drive.
4 more fine tunes from Spillwater Drive. The boys kicked that set off with a good old traditional fiddle tune called Liberty. That was followed by Kicking Mule, The Sunny Side of the Mountain, and they closed out with a Mike Garris song from 1985, Loneliness and Desperation. I hope you enjoyed this good bluegrass music. Hopefully, it made you hungry for some good fried chicken. This is your host, Dave Smith. I'll see you next week.
Ozark Highlands Radio is produced by Jeff Glover. Executive producer is Darren Dorton. Additional support for this program comes from Arkansas State Parks, a division of the Arkansas Department of Parks, Heritage, and Tourism, with 52 unique reasons to visit the natural state. On the web at arkansasstateparks.com. The Committee of 100 proudly supporting the Ozark Folk Center State Park since 1974. And by Stone Bank with roots in Mountain View, Arkansas. Stone Bank is a proud supporter of heritage musicians and small towns across America, with government-guaranteed loans for farmers, entrepreneurs, and communities. More information available at stonebank.com. For information on upcoming shows and events, we are on the web at ozarkhighlandsradio.com. Until next time, I'm Donna Farrar.